hang on because we have Abneesh Roy of Nuvama Instl Equities also joining in with some thoughts on this. Abneesh, good to have you on this chat, and this could be a very, very interesting trigger for ITC, as Mangalam mentioned, right? So let's cut to the chase. Right now, if you look at ITC on an SOTP basis, how much value are you ascribing to the hotels business?
Yeah, thanks. Definitely, this will be taken positively by investors. Yes, as Mangalam highlighted, hotels in overall revenue, profit, SOTP may not be very big. So, for example, in our SOTP pricing, we have a target price of 500. We have been extremely positive on ITC, and stock also has done extremely well. Currently, we get in single digits out of the 500, just 8 rupee SOTP value. We are valuing it at 15 times EV EBITDA, but because markets have gone up sharply, my sense is hotel business could get much higher multiple, even 20-25 times easily. Because in Q4 also, if you remember, ITC's hotel business saw 100% revenue growth and 25% EBITDA margin. Even in Q1 on a high base, we expect almost 12 to 13% growth in the hotel business. So overall, hotel industry is doing well, and definitely this is more of a signal because currently ITC stock, if you see, is a very diversified conglomerate. The hope will build that apart from the value unlock in a low margin business like a hotels, there are other businesses also. So the hope will be that over a longer time frame, could there be more value unlock that will also get built in. But in the core business of cigarette and FMCG, you will get a very focused play once this kind of a hotel, say, value unlock, say, either in terms of demerger or whatever alternate structure, the leftover business will have a higher return ratio. Currently, the conglomerate makes 30% ROE, 40% ROC. That will definitely improve because hotel business is a more cash-guzzling business versus a FMCG and a cigarette business.
And you said that the valuation that could be ascribed could be around 22 to 25 times. I'm just recapping the number, Abneesh, to the hotels business.
Yes, if you see other peers listed, for example, Indian hotels and others, because of the overall buoyancy in terms of the demand side, improvement in margins and overall expansion, etc., with overall market also, hotel stocks are also re-rated. So yes, I will say that yes, when investors are able to play a more focused hotel business, definitely the valuation will be high. Currently, investors are not able to play ITC hotel. They are able to play ITC as a conglomerate. So yes, I would expect the valuation multiples definitely to move up because of these two reasons.
Abneesh, are there any regulatory roadblocks in something like this? Is this process likely to be delayed on account of any sort of regulatory roadblocks in your understanding?
If you see, Mangalam, this event has been very, very keenly awaited by investors because ITC has been mentioning this for the past many quarters, and they have given the reason that initially COVID was impacting in terms of the numbers, so that was not the right time to do that. And after that, the process takes a lot of due diligence because there are so many properties all across the country and some even abroad. So this process does take time, but the good part is now a lot of that would have happened, plus because of time period also being done. Plus, of course, the market dynamics, market valuation, overall demand side also things going on well. My sense is we have to also go by what the chairman said, I think a few months back, that he is looking at a value unlock in this financial year. Whether it is 2 quarters, 1 quarter, that investors are waiting. But my sense is definitely process has been on for the past few quarters. So we should see definitely some good news on that part.
So, Abneesh, would you look to raise the SOTP of 8 rupees for the hotel business in the fair value of ITC, considering that, the timeline is now here? We're likely to see it in the next 9-10 months before this fiscal year, the turn of this fiscal. So do you think it's time to raise the target price of ITC and ascribe a higher multiple or a value to the hotels business?
Yes, definitely we are quite positive. We have a strong buy. It has been among our top picks as a conglomerate stock also. Coming to specific question on hotels, yes, one of course is because of roll forward anyway, that SOTP value will go up. And as you rightly said, because if we get a proper understanding of the alternate structure, investors, if they are able to play a focused stock of ITC hotels, of course, the multiple will be higher. That will be there. Plus, generally, market multiples have gone up in the last 3-4 months. So yes, we will look at upgrading it once we have more clarity in terms of the alternate structure, and definitely in terms of roll forward also we'll get that benefit.
All right, Abneesh, we couldn't have had you at a better time because as we speak, we're getting some updates coming in from Godrej Consumer as well. They say that at a consolidated level in the first quarter, they expect to deliver high single-digit volume growth, teens growth in constant currency terms, translating into double-digit sales growth. And sales, including inorganic, will be in double-digit. The quality of profits has seen sustained improvement. Strong EBITDA growth is what they're guiding for as well. However, they've said that we expect to have an exceptional stamp duty expense on slump sale transaction of Park Avenue and the Kamasutra brand acquisitions that they've done. Their Godrej Africa, USA, Middle East business continue to deliver consistent performance. Indonesia has actually seen constant currency sales growth in mid-teens. So from across all parameters, it looks like a good quarterly update coming in from Godrej. Double-digit sales growth led by high single-digit volume growth, margins likely to expand, and recovery in Indonesia. The stock has moved to the high point of trade. Your call on the stock, Abneesh.
Yes, definitely a very strong performance. So even in India, if you see in most businesses, they have done well. HI continues to do well. Palm oil correction in terms of cost by almost 40-45%, clearly helping company in terms of recouping the gross margin, which they are partially flowing towards advertising spends. And Indonesia finally, because of base effect, because of the proactive steps, coming back to a good double-digit growth, that again is a positive. What we'll see is in Nigerian currency devaluation, how things pan out, because there is a 30% devaluation in the Nigerian currency. So that could have a 2% consol impact in the coming quarters. In Q1, the impact will be limited because it was only for a few weeks. But then from Q2 onwards, there will be a 2% impact because of Nigerian currency. Overall scheme of things, it's a very small impact. So we remain quite positive on the new MD's initiatives. Godrej Consumer remains a strong buy. Godrej will have one of the strongest EBITDA growth in FY24 within the staple space because of all this palm oil correction and proactive steps by the new MD. So we are quite positive.
Okay, Abneesh, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much for joining in. And Mangalam, thank you for that.